The Obama administration has asked the Supreme Court to allow police to search your cell phone without a warrant. It just keeps getting better, doesn't it? The administration recently asked the court to rule on a case in which police arrested a Massachusetts man back in '07. A man they said appeared to be selling drugs from his car. Cops said they took the man's home phone number from his cell phone. In fact, they picked up the cell phone and said "my house" on it. And they used that number to find his house, where they discovered drugs and cash and guns. It's great that they discovered it, but the question was, can you do that? An appeals court in May ruled, no, you cannot do that. The appeals court ruled you need a warrant to search a cell phone. The government is seeking to have that decision overturned, arguing that cell phones are just like any other piece of item of personal property you might be carrying, like your keys or your comb or maybe a pack of lifesavers, all the same as a phone. Yet these devices increasingly hold everything from our pictures and our email, our financial information, our medical history, and it's the same as keys and a pack of lifesavers. Just personal property. Search it all you want. Need a warrant? Nah, it's fine. Mercedes Colwin is a criminal defense attorney and a Fox News legal analyst.
Oh my goodness. I'm trying to repress my laugh
If we were to put together just 5 or 6 of the things on which we've reported regarding this matter over the past week, and we had put those on TV 10 years ago, the world would have exploded. There would be headlines all over the country.
Yeah, but it's a very narrow issue.
Drip, drip, drip.
It's a narrow issue, though. It's what happens after an arrest, and that's why the Obama administration may actually succeed in the Supreme Court.
I'm sure they will.
Because the Chief Justice has said, look, we have to update everything that we've done, that we've known in the past. Chief Justice Roberts said the biggest challenge for us is to deal with technology, and with all these advances, so it's no longer a pager, it's no longer a notebook, it's no longer a calendar that someone's going to be carrying on their pockets. It's going to be a cell phone. That cell phone is like they can search your notebook. If it's on your person after a lawful arrest, they can search your notebook. They can look at your calendar. It's all that information. They can't get your medical history, but if you're going to put it on your phone, that's a problem. And that's why, but there's a lot of latitude following the arrest of an individual. The Fourth Amendment rather, is, I don't want to say suspended, but certainly sort of in the backdrop and said, well, there are 2 things here. One, is there any concern about the law enforcement safety? No, obviously not.
From my cell phone?
Not from the cell phone.
I'd be more worried about my keys and my comb than my cell phone.
And your destruction of evidence. So they can set aside whether law enforcement's at risk with a cell phone, but destruction of evidence may be an issue. And it could be in those cell phones.
So what would be unreasonable search and seizure? Can you come up with a scenario that might be unreasonable? I can't really anymore.
Not following a lawful arrest and it's on your person.
Only following a lawful
arrest. It's certainly, that's going to be the issue. Now, if you have your cell phone at home, then obviously you're arrested outside of your home and they want to get to your cell phone, they need a warrant to get into your home.
What happens if the cop says that I didn't signal to change lanes, pulls me over?
And there's some lawful reason to look at your cell phone.
My cell phone?
That could be a problem for if the officer actually took your cell phone at that point. You're not arrested. That's why the Obama administration may actually be successful. It's a very narrow decision.
Well, it's been very successful with other matters like, reading our emails and saving our phone numbers. They've been very successful with all those things. They're having a wonderful time.
Because national security is
sure, national security, absolutely.
Yeah, Patriots Act can cover a lot.
Patriot Act, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
going great, isn't it? At one point, do you think people are just going to rise up and go, all of these things you say we are, we're not these things. We need to stop pretending we're these things. Right. We're this place of, by, and for, where the government works for us, where we have freedom of, fill in the blank, of speech, of assembly. We have all kinds of freedoms that you really don't have.
That seem to be suspended.
It's like you're safe at the train station because there are all the cops out there with the big guns and they're wearing all kinds. That's to make you feel better. It doesn't really make you safer. Kind of like those things we walk in where they show your privates and then they take your toothpaste away. Makes you safer. No, it doesn't. Yeah, my bottle of water instead of shampoo. Makes you feel better. It doesn't really make you safer.
I think a lot of people, there will be some pushback. It hasn't gotten there yet because there's so much justification for it. National security, personal security. You arrest a drug dealer and you take a cell phone.
That's a great thing. Arrest a drug dealer.
Awesome. Get him off the street. Get the scum off the street. So there are scenarios that a lot of people support this type of stringent scrutiny when it comes to going and seizing personal property.
You know what you could do? You could just stop and frisk anyone you want on any street, any time, And then you'd be able to catch all the people who are doing bad things because you can just stop and frisk anybody. They do it in Cuba.
Yeah, well, I mean, it may come to that.
We do it here
right
too.
now, well, it's suspended here in New York.
No, it's
well,
just for the moment.
Just for the moment.